It's such a great honor to be here this evening, and especially to be able to share on the incredible life and the teachings of Adi Shankaracharya. What he taught, so many people have this misconception about Hinduism, about Sanatan Dharma, that it is a polytheistic religion, that we believe in many different gods. Then some people get a bit educated and they say, no, it isn't polytheistic, it's monotheistic. They're actually all reflections of one God. But Adi Shankara taught it's not about one God sitting somewhere out there. Actually, there is nothing but God. Nothing but God. And that teaching and that truth forms the core for the truth of how we are supposed to live. And it's a truth that is applicable to people all over the world, of every race and of every religion. And along with that, amazingly, you'd think, well, if we're all nothing but supreme reality, then what does it matter? Ki hum kare kya? But along with that truth, he emphasized so much the ethics and the values, yam and niyam. And now you see, so many hundreds of years later, more than 1,200 years later, the United Nations comes up with these beautiful, sustainable development goals. And if you look at these goals, 17 goals, so many indicators, ultimately, they are rooted in yam and niyam. They are rooted in peace, nonviolence, truthfulness, non-stealing, non-hoarding, integrity in our relationships. Because whether we look at poverty, or we look at hunger, or we look at equality for women, or we look at that which is happening in our environment and climate change, whether we look at water shortages, food shortages, land shortages, ultimately what we're dealing with is a global consciousness shortage. And all of the sustainable development goals could actually be answered, could actually be taken care of if we abided by yam and niyam. If we took the teachings of Adi Shankara and actually implemented them in our lives. It's not rocket science of how to protect the world when we realize we are one with it. When we chant, whether we say Aham Brahmasmi, whether we say Soham, whether we say Isha Vasyamidam Sarvam, Yat Kinsha Jagatyam Jagat, whatever way we pray and chant and remember that all is pervaded by the divine, it keeps bringing us back to the same teaching, which is protect the land, protect the soil, protect the air, protect the water. Take care of your sisters and brothers across the world who are hungry, who are thirsty, who are dying in childbirth, who are uneducated. Take care of the trees. Take care of the rivers. Take care of the mountains. Take care of the entire creation, because it is not separate from the Creator. And lastly, he gave us such a beautiful, beautiful teaching. And now with our Honorable Prime Minister, who made International Yoga Day an official day of the United Nations, we can now even consider yoga to be part of the United Nations. And what Adi Shankara reminded us is, We don't have to wait to die to attain moksha. It's not about pele mein mar jaungi, फिर moksha milega, but rather remembering these teachings, living according to yam and niyam, jeete hue, we can become jiva mukti. And that is really the highest teaching for people all across the world. And this is why his teachings, his truths, which are timeless and universal, are that which now today interweave and overlap so perfectly and so beautifully with that which the United Nations is trying to achieve through the Sustainable Development Goals. And that's why yoga is the answer. Because when we don't just do yoga on the mat, but actually live yoga every minute and every moment of our lives, all of the Sustainable Development Goals will be achieved. We don't even have to wait till 2030. They could be achieved today if together we come together. Thank you.